What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how you guys could beat an overly physical DB with a step back release, okay? So we're going to be talking about some of the key specific things that wide receivers need to do when you're facing this overly physical guy who likes to lunge at you, try to get hands, and how you guys could set traps for him to create separation, okay? But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to know all the specific drills that you guys can do on the field broken down into a daily step-by-step schedule for a 4-week-long on-field program, check out that very first link in the description for our 28-day on-field wide receiver workout plan. So what you'll get access to is a 4-week-long schedule where we break down every single day of the plan, every single drill with sets and repetitions, and we include a 30-minute long video where we break down each drill, the importance of each drill, and then we show you a full speed example. So if you guys want to take your skills to that next level, check out that very first link in the description below for our 4-week on-field workout plan. Let's get started with this video. So we're looking at this step back release here. Now, the only thing I would say about this release is that I feel like this may have took a little bit too long. I don't know a whole lot of scenarios where we may have this much time on like a goal line fade, but this step back is perfect execution, right? So I think maybe one thing he could have done a little bit better here is quicken up the release to the outside, like maybe work to the inside a little bit faster, throw a quicker move, get up into this route, but this step back is 100% the correct technique. So you see when we come off the line of scrimmage here, anytime I got a DB who wants to lunge at me, anytime I got a DB who's real close to that line of scrimmage walking down like he's going to press, this step back is a great move for me to do, right? So when he gets this step back, right? So he steps back, you see how when that DB lunges at him, how off balance he is, right? That's the position that we want to try to get to. Now, how far as he took it to the inside and kind of slowed things down, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that. I feel like maybe that took a little bit too long. But imagine if he had to run like an inside breaking route right now, like a slant. Imagine if he had to get back over the top and run a deep dig. Everything would be open for him because of this specific step back, and that DB got over anxious. You guys have to understand when we have a DB who's pressed up and he wants to lunge at me and he wants to get physical, we should want that as a receiver. I just got to make sure that I have a plan, right? If I have a plan with my feet and my plan is to step back and create range, if I could create this range with this DB where he's lunging and he can't touch me, this is where I could get all the separation in the world, right? No different than when you guys, this is a release that I teach my receivers that we work with, is we'll do like a little hesitation slide, but when these guys slide off the line, I teach them to try to be at this like 45-degree angle to where if that DB wants to lunge at us, he can't touch us. He has to address us. He has to come at us to touch us. And that's where I can create some space because I can work my hand technique. I can work a quick move. I can do whichever, just get up into the route, right? And that's exactly what Jackson does here. And this is a perfect example of how to utilize that step back release against an overly physical guy. And then we got all the space in the world to be able to create some space. We could have ran this thing off to the inside, broke it off on a dig, broke it off on a seam, but we had to run this fade. So we crossed him up and then obviously he's able to create space. One thing, like I said, we could probably quicken this thing up, but make sure, fellas, when we use that step back release, we are stepping back to get to that range, so that DB has to make a decision. When that DB has to make a decision to either come at us or wait for us, I can create space. So if we do this step back and maybe he doesn't lunge, okay, fine. I got about 3 yards to work. I could close the distance with him. I could hit him with a crossover. I could take off to the inside. I could take off to the outside. There are so many things that open up for you when you guys keep range with the DB. And keeping range against a overly physical guy, a guy who likes to get hands, a guy who likes to jam, is the most important thing as a receiver, especially if you're on the smaller side going up against a taller physical guy. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job using that step back release, crossing him up, and then obviously making this back shoulder fade play. All right, guys, if you have not heard, we are going to be in the San Diego area October 24th for a 3-hour-long quarterback and wide receiver training clinic. Great opportunity if you guys are located in the San Diego area, close to it, want to make the trip down for you guys to get some great work in with myself. I will be there working with the wide receivers and the quarterbacks on technique-specific drills, aspects of the game, and then obviously route running and just overall just mechanics of the position. And then I'm bringing out a speed coach to help you guys with your 40-yard dash and to help you guys out with just your overall running mechanics and overall athleticism. So again, October 24th, if you want more information on that, check out the second link in the description below. That's where you guys can read about it, field location, time, specifications of the camp. So again, second link in that description. If you guys have any questions at all on this video or anything that we have coming up, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below. Always appreciate hearing from you guys and hearing your feedback. I'll see you guys next time.